Hey everybody, I'm Jim Powers, and we welcome you back to MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision as we catch up with our coaches this week. And joining us, the head coach of the volleyball team, Coach Ashlee Brockenbrough. And Coach, really a good week, not record-wise, so to say, but really you saw some great play by the ladies, 2 5-setters, and really just seeing some really good bright spots out of the team.
I don't think that the box score is indicative of the level of play that we had both this weekend and on Tuesday night against Umsel.
Yeah, and let's talk about the weekend first. You know, Friday night, a 5-set thriller against Missouri S&T, and then Saturday, it just seemed like you couldn't get out of the gate a little bit. Talk a little bit about those two games first.
So Friday night against S&T was about as close of a statistical match as we could get. We both had the same amount of attacking kills and attacking errors. We outblocked them by a few blocks. They outdug us. We lost by 2 in the 5th set. So a very, very close match to a very good S&T team who made the tournament last year. They've been struggling with some injuries like we talked about last week, but they are a much more mature team, and they knew what it took to win in that 5th set.
And then Drury, they're very good. They're very talented. And, you know, it just seemed like one of those days where just getting out of the gate was just a little bit. And they made some adjustments that I think kind of maybe caught the girls off guard a little bit.
You know, Drury is a very smart team. Their coach does a really great job of scouting and seeing our weak spots. And they are a right-side dominated team. That number 8 for them is a senior and just having a phenomenal year. So we had a tough time shutting her down, as well as defending the right side attack, which is where they are very dominant. I think it also showed our youth after a long match on Friday, kind of a heartbreaking loss. Turning around and performing on Saturday was something that we were really hoping to get more out of them. But after losing that close one on Friday, I think that it was tough to get going on Saturday.
But then I tell you what a bounce back on Tuesday night. I mean, another 5-set thriller. And Umsel's a very talented team, and we took it to them in set number 1. They came back in set 2. You know, it was just it was a fun match to watch all the way around.
The entire match, our coaching staff was trying to communicate, ladies, this is good volleyball. Regardless of the outcome and the score, what we are doing right now is exactly what we want to be doing at this point in the season. We came out on fire. I was so pleased. That was potentially the best start we've had since our very first weekend at Lindenwood against Northwest. So that is something that we've been really trying to get the girls to do, because we typically come out in set 1 a little bit slow. It takes us a while to get moving. So they did a great job of dropping the nerves immediately, coming out fired up. We were thankful for a great crowd on Tuesday, and that really did make a difference for us. So we came out and played very good volleyball. Umsel answered in the 2nd set. We came out in the 3rd and took care of business.
No doubt. Let's talk about a young lady and a freshman that we're kind of seeing grow in front of us, Lakin, and a couple double-doubles this weekend. And I tell you what, she hits the ball harder than I think I've seen somebody hit it on the collegiate level, and that's doing it as a freshman.
Allie is for the last 3 matches has had 3 double-doubles. We're really pleased with that. She looks solid in serve receive as well. It's not just from the attacking standpoint. We've talked about her being a very smart attacker. Plays great defense. We're learning more about her and what she's capable of. So something we've been trying to work on is that 6 rotation play and really getting her back row play as strong as her front row play. The other thing I'm really pleased with her as a blocker, she sees her matchups very well. She's moving her feet, getting to the ball, and taking off that zone in the attack zone for our defense to set up around her. So we're really pleased with that. Allison could not be as successful as she is from attacking standpoint if our middles were not doing their job. So I really need to sing praises to both Ashlee and Kara. Ashlee hit over 500 on Tuesday, and again, talking about that seniority, really strong leader for us. Kara is hitting over 300. So for middles, we're really, really pleased with them. They're up in transition. They're making themselves an option in serve receive. So Allie would not have the success that she's been having if it weren't for them being so successful, as well as our right side hitters.
And you know what? I think really watching this team, the freshmen have really kind of taken ownership, and they're not playing like freshmen right now, and that's been the really cool thing to see here as we've hit the middle part of the season, is they're not making a lot of the freshman mistakes that you would normally see because they're getting a lot of playing time and they're really doing some fantastic things for you guys.
A few other freshmen really impressed me on Tuesday. Emma Bosler, we threw her in the outside, and she's not had a starting role so far this season. This was the first entire match that she's played in. Really pleased our coaching staff. We talked about her being that even keel player, bringing a lot of energy to the court, and just a different attacker to match up against Umzel, and really pleased with her. She was in double digits on Tuesday, I believe. We moved Cassie Arndt over to the right side to give a different look, a different block, a different matchup, and was really pleased with her. We're learning to use her height for our advantage, and she has a really nice high swing, so making sure we're more consistent from that standpoint, and I'm very pleased with her performance on the right side, and that's something we'll continue to play with.
And going to have to because it doesn't get any easier this weekend. I mean, we know that with the conference. Truman, Quincy, both coming to town this weekend for matches. Talk a little bit about what you've seen from those two teams.
Truman and Quincy matched up on Tuesday, and Truman pulled it out in 4. Both are 4-3 in conference right now, and Quincy was the head of the West last week. So we are anxious to get going, but cognizant of the last week has been pretty tough on the girls, especially them being young. So we're trying to make sure they bounce back on Friday. Quincy is a matchup we've seen before already in our preseason tournament, and they had a couple players hurt last time we played them. We lost in 3. We're expecting to come and show them that we're a much different team than we were a month ago.
Outstanding stuff. Thanks so much. We'll see you on Friday night.
Thank you.
Ashlee Brockenbrough joins us. We'll have both matches. The Truman match on Friday night. It'll start at 7 o'clock. We'll go on the air at 6:55 on Saints Vision. And then Saturday afternoon, we'll go on the air at 2:55 for a 3 o'clock match against Quincy. For Coach, I'm Jim Powers. Thanks so much for tuning in to MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision. Have a great week. And as always, go Saints.